So hello and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be looking at a really underrated feature of the Mini 5 Pro, and that's going to be cruise control. So if it's your first time here, my name's Andrew and thanks for joining me. If it's not your first time here, thanks for coming back. If you could do the like and subscribe with the notification bell, that would be great. So cruise control is a feature on your Mini 5 Pro that allows the drone to maintain its current flight speed or gimbal rotation speed automatically. So this means you're going to get smooth battery shots on your Mini 5 Pro. So think of it as an autopilot for your camera moves. So once you're flying the way you want, you can just lock in that motion with the press of a simple button and the drone's going to carry on doing exactly what you programmed it to do. So as I said earlier, cruise control isn't set up straight out of the box, so we need to change the settings on your controller. Now it doesn't matter whether you're using the RC2 or the RCN3 or the RC Pro 2. The procedure is exactly the same on all three drones. The only difference is going to be the button on the controller itself, which you're going to use to initiate cruise control. So if you're using the RC2, then you're going to use the C1 or the C2 buttons. If you're using the RCN3, you're going to use the FN button. So anyway, to use cruise control, it's not set up straight out of the box, so we do have to make some changes on the controller. Whether or not you're using the RC2 or the RCN3, the procedure is the same, and I'll go through those with you now. So the first thing we need to do is to press the three dots on the top right hand side of the controller, and that's going to take us into the control panel. So from here we're going to select control and we're going to scroll down to where it says button customization and select that. So for me, I do prefer to use the C1 button for my cruise control. So I'm going to select the C1 button option, and then you can see on the bottom it's got cruise control, and I'm going to select that. And whilst I'm at it, I'm also going to adjust the C2 button and then have that for the exposure lock on and off. And then we just need to come out of that. Now, if you're using the NCN3 controller, it's exactly the same. You just need to set it up so you press the function button either once or twice to initiate the cruise control. And it's as simple as that. Right, so what I'm planning on doing, I'm going to use that tower behind me as the main subject for the drone, and then once I get the drone going, I'm just going to press the C1 button on the controller, and that's going to initiate the cruise control. So I'll show that with you now. So I've got the drone launched above me and I'm aimed it at that tower. Now I'm going to be pushing forward on the right stick, and as you can see the drone's going to move forward nice and steady. Then I'm going to press the cruise control button, and you can see that the aircraft is now in cruise control and it's moving forward at 0.4 meters per second, and there's nothing I'm doing. It's still moving forward under its own steam using the cruise control options, and you can see it's still keeping to that 0.4 miles an hour speed. So everything is being done specifically by the drone with no input from me. Now to stop it, I just press the end button, and that's going to bring the drone to a halt. Now there are 4 ways that you can stop the drone in total when you are using cruise control. So if I just bring it back again. Okay, and I'm going to do it again, and I push it forward and I lock in cruise control. Now another way that you can stop it is just by pressing the C1 button or whichever button you've allocated to cruise control again, making sure there's no input from the sticks. So again, I'm just going to press the C1 button, and you can see there that cruise control has been disabled. Now another way you can stop it is if you switch from whatever current mode you're in into one of the other modes. So I'm going to change from Cine over to Sport, and now you can see that the cruise control has been disabled again. So just to summarise, you've got 4 ways you can stop the drone: pressing on the screen, pressing the C1 or C2 button when there's no input, pressing the halt or pause button on the controller, or changing the flight modes. All of those are going to stop the cruise control and bring the drone to a halt. Now you've also got the option to lay it up on the cruise control commands. So you haven't got to have it just going in one direction. So it allows you to slowly build up the shots you want to do. So now I'm going to move the drone forward slowly, and I'm going to initiate cruise control. And then as it's going forward, I'm going to push up slightly on the controller. So you can see now that it's going forward at 0.4, but it's also rising at 1.1 meters a second. And again, that's done directly with the controller with no input from me because the drone is locked into that. Okay, and I'm going to stop that, and I'm just going to bring the drone back to me. So now you can also control the gimbal using cruise control. You're not just limited to the up, down, left, right, back, forward motions. So it's exactly the same. I'm just going to push the drone up, and then as it rises up, I'm going to lock in cruise control. And then when the gimbal comes to where I want it to be, I'm going to start bringing the gimbal down slowly. There we go. And now I'm going to lock in cruise control again. And you can see that the gimbal's coming down as the drone is actually rising up. Now with the Mini 5 Pro, you've also got the new gimbal rotation, and you can also include that within your cruise control options. Okay, it's just started to have a little shower. So I'm going to take this opportunity while I stop to say, if you are finding it useful, if you could do the like and subscribe thing, that would be greatly appreciated, because I'm not sponsored. I'd also like to thank those of you who have done the Buy Me a Coffee link below. And as I've said in other videos, the plan is any funds I get from Buy Me a Coffee is going to go towards new drones like the Neo 2, which is out next month, so I can help the channel that way, because obviously I can't afford to be buying all the new drones every time they come out, so any help that way would be greatly appreciated as well. And I just hope the rain's going to stop in a few minutes. Welcome to Wales. Now, when you are using cruise control, you've still got the obstacle avoidance settings to consider, and they work in exactly the same way as they would with normal flying, with bypass, brake or stop. So obviously if you are using the first two modes of Cine or normal, then you've got all three options, but the minute you go into sport mode, then you're going to lose all obstacle avoidance sensors on the drone, so you just need to bear that in mind. So I'm in Cine mode, I've got the drone lined up, and if I just check, it's on bypass. So now I'm going to move the drone forward towards me slightly, lock in cruise control, and hopefully as the drone approaches me, it is going to detect me. And there we are, and you can see that it is moving out of the way to the side of me. So that works perfectly with the cruise control in bypass mode. So now I'm going to change it over to brake mode. So I'm going to go into the obstacle avoidance, select brake, move the drone towards me, lock in cruise control, and hopefully it will stop before it crashes into me. And there you can see the drone has actually stopped. So it works again perfectly in brake mode as well as bypass. So I'm going to take it back. And for this one, I'm just going to switch it over to off. And as you can see, it says not recommended. So I'm still going to disable it. And I have the drone moving towards me again. And I'll lock in the cruise control.
Unavailable. Fly with caution.
And I'm going to have to get out of the way. So always bear in mind that if you do have the obstacle avoidance off, the drone is going to work in exactly the same way as it would with normal flying, and it's going to crash. So I wouldn't recommend having that off. Just stick to the bypass or the brake as you would when you normally fly in. And again, if you are using it in sport mode, you're not going to have any obstacle avoidance anyway, so it's only going to work in Cine and normal. Okay, so that's basically how you use the cruise control function on the Mini 5 Pro and the Mini 4 Pro. If you found it useful, I've also done videos on using waypoints, on master shots, on the top 10 drone moves that I use, and also what settings change immediately when you start using the Mini 5 Pro to get the most out of the drone. So all that remains for me to say is please watch those other videos. If you found this useful, do the like, subscribe, the notification bell. If you want to do the Buy Me a Coffee thing, that's going to be greatly appreciated as well. If you've got any questions in relation to the Mini 4 Pro, the Mini 5 Pro, the Neo, the Hover X1 Pro or Pro Max, let me know in the comments below. And if there's anything you want to see in relation to any other drones or any questions you got, also let me know, and I'll catch you again next time. Thanks very much. Bye.